Imagine this. What if the person you once loved, the one you thought you'd lost forever, suddenly stood in front of you, not as a memory but as a man changed by time and success? Stay with me till the end of this story, because you won't just hear about love, you'll feel it. And if you enjoy stories that touch the heart and make you believe in second chances, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another one. The food truck was parked at the corner of a busy street in the city. It wasn't glamorous, but it was her dream. Sana had poured every ounce of her energy into it, ever since her father passed away and debts consumed their little home. The food truck was her lifeline, her survival, her only chance to build something of her own. She stood behind the counter, sweat on her forehead, flipping parathas and serving steaming cups of tea. Most days, she barely had enough customers to cover expenses, but she never stopped smiling. That smile was the only armor she had left. One late evening, as the golden glow of sunset washed the glass buildings nearby, a long line formed in front of her truck. Office workers, delivery riders, students, they all loved her food, cheap and filling. But among them stood a man who looked entirely out of place. A crisp black suit, polished shoes, and a quiet aura of power. She didn't notice him at first, she was too busy juggling orders. But when he finally stepped closer, their eyes met for the briefest moment. She looked away quickly, brushing it off. Men in suits never ate from food trucks like hers. When he reached the counter, she barely looked up, repeating her usual line, "What would you like to have?" He studied her for a moment, then smiled faintly. "Do you still remember me?" he whispered. Her hands froze. The spatula almost slipped from her grip. That voice. It was impossible. She slowly lifted her eyes again, and the world seemed to tilt. Standing in front of her was Armin. The boy she had loved in college, the one who had promised her forever. The boy who left suddenly without explanation, breaking her heart into pieces she had never quite managed to put back together. But this wasn't the same Armin. He was taller now, sharper, with the confidence of a man who had conquered something far bigger than heartbreak. The air around him screamed wealth and success. Her chest tightened with old memories and fresh anger. "No," she said flatly, her tone cold. "You're mistaken. Next customer, please." But he didn't move. His eyes softened, searching hers. "Sana, it's me. Armin. I never forgot you." She clenched her jaw, forcing her hands to stay busy with the orders. The crowd behind him grew restless, muttering complaints. But Armin stayed rooted, quietly watching her as if the world could wait. That night, after the rush ended, Sana locked up the truck. To her surprise, he was still there, leaning against a lamppost. He didn't speak right away, as if waiting for her permission. Finally, she snapped, "What do you want from me, Armin? Haven't you done enough?" He stepped closer, his voice low. "I never wanted to leave. My father forced me to study abroad. I wrote letters, I called, but your family had moved, and I couldn't find you. When I came back, you were gone." Her eyes burned, but she refused to let tears fall. "And now what? You're some big CEO, living in towers I'll never set foot in. Why are you here? To pity me?" He shook his head quickly. "No. I came here to find you. I bought this company in the city just to track down where you were. And when I saw the name on your food truck, I knew it had to be you." Sana laughed bitterly. "Congratulations. You found me. Now leave me alone." But the truth was, her heart was trembling. Beneath all the anger, there was a flicker of the old warmth, the one she had buried deep inside. In the following weeks, Armin began showing up every evening. He never forced conversation, never used his money to impress her. He simply ordered the same meal, paratha and chai, and ate quietly on the sidewalk, watching her with the same gentle eyes she remembered from years ago. Slowly, customers began whispering. Why was a millionaire CEO always at her truck? Some teased her, some admired her, but Sana stayed guarded. One evening, a storm broke over the city. Her truck's small canopy leaked, the power went out, and she sat helpless, trying to save her supplies from being ruined by the rain. To her shock, Armin appeared beside her, sleeves rolled up, helping her cover everything with plastic sheets. His expensive suit was drenched, but he didn't care. "Why are you doing this?" she cried. "Because you're still the only one who matters to me," he said, his voice trembling with the storm. And that night, for the first time, Sana let herself break. She sobbed into his chest, years of anger melting into sorrow. He held her tightly, whispering, "I'm here now. I'm not leaving again." The days turned into weeks, and slowly, she let him back into her life. He didn't offer her wealth, he offered her partnership. Together, they expanded her food truck into a small cafe, keeping her recipes but adding his support and vision. Business bloomed, but more importantly, so did her heart. The girl who once felt invisible and forgotten learned that love, when true, never fades, it only waits. By the time their cafe was packed with loyal customers, Sana would often catch Armin standing quietly at the counter, smiling at her as if she was still the girl he fell in love with years ago. And every time she looked back, she realized, he never stopped waiting for her either.